I'm back here now, and I've come back around to the edge. I must say that what I've just done is a lot neater than what I did a while ago when I was rushing, so you might like to do yours a little bit neater than mine. Now I did stick some sticky tape on that because it was just, it's all hooked around your thread. So now we're coming back along this way, and we need to go under probably every second or third stitch. It depends how far away they are from one another, because you need to make your openings just a little bit apart. Don't pull it too tight, just let it go to where it wants to without really pulling on it, so when you get down here you're going to have a nice lacy look to it. Okay, so you just keep going around here and round. Now hopefully I should be able to fit this on here. I'm trying to keep them small because that way it doesn't take so long to put them up, and sometimes if I take them too long they won't work for me, so I'll keep going around here. Now I made a little mouse jacket once, like a real mouse, a stumpwork mouse, and this is how I did his little shirt. And his pants, lace with this needle lace stitch. I'm going to do some really pretty flowers too to go on this piece of work. You can make a box. Now, okay, so I've got at least 5 minutes that I can actually work on this. Now, if you can see what I'm doing, don't go into the, you're just working on top of the piece of contact, so you're making a nice lace leaf. Okay. We just let that spin down that piece of thread so it'll untangle. Go back to the top again and come down the side here. Sometimes I don't even bother planning my design, I just work on it, especially when they're pieces like this, they're all separate. But I'll show you how to make a stem that's done with thread so it sits on up high, and there's just so many different things you can do with this. It's not hot here today, it's really good. We've had a fair bit of rain over the last few days. It's been really nice. I suppose next thing we know we're going to be all freezing. Goes from one extreme to the other here. You hardly ever get any in between. It's either really hot or really cold. If you're in Australia, yeah, never mind, I like it, I love it. It's just, you learn to live with it. Put all the woolies on, 1 minute at a time. Now the needle pad that I'm using is just two pieces of fabric with a bit of maybe felt you could put in between it, or a bit of wool material or something, and stitch it around the outside so you've got something to hang on to do this, and something to stick your work onto. When you make it so that it's going to be comfortable to use in your hand. You don't want to be too small and you don't want to be too big. So just unspin that again because it's getting a bit tangled. We don't want it to cobble all up. Around this way, we're nearly getting there. Okay, so we just, where you think you probably need it stitched, that's where it goes. You need to, it's getting smaller because I don't go into every one. I just go around here and pick up where I think it needs to be. Now, sometimes you could make them a little bit more open. If you think you've got it too big, you just run a bit of thread through it. I have managed to get a long enough piece of thread that I can make the whole leaf. Sometimes you might not do that, and you'll need to have it all coming to the same. You need to have all your threads coming to the same end. So you just run them, whip them through the back of your work. If you need to do that, if you come into a, if you used up all your cotton and you need to do that. I'm using embroidery floss too. Never give you an instruction on that, did I? I really enjoy teaching people how to do things. It's just fantastic to me. It's what I always wanted to do, and I have done it for a long time. I haven't been doing it just lately, but I'm planning to start again. I just to get myself organised. Now we're just joining it together. You can see I'm picking up one side and then the other. Had a little tiny ridge coming through there. You just pick it up and put it through under there like that. So if you get confused, you might have to just rewind this and just have a look and see what I've done, which I hope that you can see. Now I've gone through my thread here. But I still managed to pull it down. Now when you come to the end, you need to take it, still don't go through the paper yet, but then you can poke it up through there, like so. Okay, now you're going to take it off. Alright, so you just get your scissors, turn it over, cut off that piece that you did first, because you never, remember that was just a piece that you tacked it down with. Okay, you pick it up and pull it off because it's not actually joined. What it is joined to is only the piece at the back. None of that work is actually your leaf. It's all the pieces that I took through. This here is stuck under the sticky tape, so I have to lift that up, the sticky tape off, right? And get your knots that you finished off and started with, cut it all off. You can take these bits off. These are the pieces that you're holding onto the pad with. I'm just going to fiddle about there with me. There you go. And you've got that bit there. Okay, so there's your leaf. And here's the one that I did earlier. This one's a bit smaller. Now, I'll give you just how cut it all the same length. Now you'll need to find yourself one of these big father type needles with a really big hole. Okay, so you decide whereabouts on your piece of work you want to put it. Now on this here I've got that I'm going to put my piece of work onto. It's a piece of calico, a piece of wool and a piece of satin fabric. Okay, now you put your needle right down into here like that, so you still can just see the bit. Then you get your little leaf, give some trim him up a bit. You put that piece down in, follow the hole of the needle, right, through to the back, and well, you wouldn't think it was going to work, would you, just because I yeah, okay, now it's going to work this time. Put them down again, put those in. Your two pieces of wire, you want them to go down in there, okay, and just pull the needle through. Now I've got it caught in there. Look, if if you have any trouble doing that, you'll know why, because it's just not, it's only caught on the thread there. You get it off, okay? So that's in there, righto. Now I didn't manage to take my pieces of cotton down with it, so I will just thread up them into the needle and pull them through. And then you'll use another piece of thread to fasten off at the back. Well, when I put the other one on, went on straight away, no worries. Must be camera shy or something, I don't know. Me, not the cotton. Okay, I did it, look, it's gone through there. Okay, very good. There you go. So there you are. That's the back, okay? Now that's why you've got all this padding, because you're going to have wire behind your work and you need the padding, okay? So we're going to put little bits and pieces on it later. Now I'm going to show you next how to make this one. I haven't cut it off here yet because I'm going to show you how to do that. It's made on the fabric, so if you need, you get some wire and cover it with the cotton that you're going to use, and then a piece of fabric and put it into a hoop. And I'll be back after to show you how to do that, okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.